It is my pleasure to introduce this short film about the Association of Children's Hospices. I'll be telling you about the ACH's objectives, activities and philosophy, and most importantly, of how it makes a real difference to the lives of those it supports.
When you find out that your son has a terminal illness, I think everything goes out of the window initially. At the moment his arms are weakening, and so he's finding eating slightly difficult. He has to lean over to eat and to drink, and that's not helping his back. If eventually the illness affects the heart, and their lives are curtailed at that point. They have everything here to take care of children with various illnesses, and this place is very specialised. It's hugely specialised. It's not just the staff. I mean, all the equipment here is phenomenal. You're not treated like an ill person when you come here. Connor wasn't treated like a little boy that had an illness. He was just treated very much as Connor. Everything was happiness and light. It's not a hospital. It's just a place that gives love and laughter lovingly.
So you got to put up with me again.
Has anybody got a pair of platforms?
The Association of Children's Hospices is the national voice for children's hospice services and the children and families they care for. They support and develop the work of children's hospices throughout the UK, helping them to work together as a national movement to provide the best possible care for children and their families. They also raise awareness amongst healthcare professionals and the public and fundraise nationally. Caring for a child with life-limiting illness, often for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, over many years, can put a huge strain on family life. Often, a child will need constant care throughout the day and night, and life becomes completely governed by the relentless timetable of nursing and medical needs. Relationships can suffer, careers may have to be abandoned, healthy brothers and sisters feel left out, and regular family activities and holidays can be rare.
I think the parents find that this is a place to come and actually take a bit of time out. They can actually perhaps get that night's sleep when they're up every night, or they have limited care provision at home. And it's a home from home, which I think a lot of the families appreciate. They spend a lot of time in hospital or respite places. To actually come here, and we try and create that atmosphere of a home.
Children's hospice services offer care in the home from home environment, or through a hospice at home service in the comfort of the family's own home. They provide this care for children with a wide range of different life-limiting conditions, often with very complex needs. At the hospice, children have access to all the hospice facilities and services, as well as access to a range of specialised play and medical equipment. Special care is taken to provide a homely atmosphere to ensure the children and their families can make most of their life. Children do not just visit children's hospices for terminal care. Often children and families visit a children's hospice over the course of many years, enjoying many good times and building relationships which will help ease the emotional and physical challenges they face.
It's given us a place where we can be ourselves. Somebody's helped me to look after Charlotte, but then my husband, myself and our other lad can be a family. None of the everyday pressure of looking after Charlotte is taken off. All that's taken off us for a few days, and it's safe as well. And we can leave Charlotte here as well and have little breaks on our own. And we know full well that she's being well cared for here, and there's no fears. So it's a good place.
The biggest difference in coming into a children's hospice is probably that on the outside, when you're coping with the outside world, however many great friends and family you have, you're always slightly different. Whereas the minute you set foot inside a children's hospice, you're one of many other people. And although the conditions of the children are all very different, we're all here for the same reason.
Matthew had a rare condition of the brain, which caused a gradual loss of normal function. Matthew slowly lost the ability to speak, walk, and suffered increasingly from seizures.
There are times when something actually stops, and they're always very traumatic. Like I think the worst time for me is when he stopped speaking. His speech had been deteriorating for a long time, getting slower and slurred and more limited. But when I suddenly realised one day that I hadn't heard him speak for several days or a couple of weeks, and it was devastating when something like that. When he stopped walking upstairs and when he stopped walking independently, was very, very hard, very traumatic.
Hope House is very much about every member of the family. It's about parents getting their rest, it's about the child getting the right care that they need, and it's about siblings having a break and also getting the care and support that we need as well. Sometimes you resent what's happening and the things you have to go through and the things that you have to give up, but through it all I'd never have it any other way, because Matthew is a wonderful person and the love I have for him is so strong that
I will suddenly be left with this huge void that I won't know how to fill. And I know that's how it'll be. Another parent once said to me, they got no one to hold. And I think that's the thing. You spend a lot of time being physical with your child. You're picking him up, you're holding him, you're cuddling him, and that will no longer be there.
When Matthew died in 1999, his mum Jackie, his brother Richard and his sister Emma needed Hope House more than ever. Its work often extends long after death of the child, with bereavement counselling for the parents and siblings who often feel alone and afraid in their grief.
The last afternoon I spent with him, we went swimming and did painting and stuff, and it was a really good afternoon, so that's my lasting memory of him.
I'm really glad that he was at Hope House and that at the time he had the expert help that he needed, that he had dedicated nurses who knew and understood him and his condition, who were able to give him the treatment that he needed and were brave enough to know when to stop. I think if he'd been here at home with us, it would have been a very frightening experience because we wouldn't have had that sort of backup.
Children dying is a very taboo subject. Children aren't meant to die. Children are meant to grow up, and this can make the bereavement process especially hard.
What about mummy? Mummy, mummy, mummy. Mummy, mummy, mummy. Can you say it?
Sometimes out in the general community, it feels wrong to mention him, but at Hope House you can always talk about him and the difficult times and the good times and the fact that he's died, which is very often very difficult to say to people.
Children's hospices do not assume to provide all the answers, rather to accept the wishes and beliefs of the children and the parents alike. They are places to laugh and cry, to be silly or thoughtful, to be quiet or loud. All the ever-changing emotions of children and their parents are encouraged. They make every single moment count and make it as happy and as fulfilling as possible.
It's a lifeline for me. The fact that he was where he was very happy and that he'd had such a wonderful day the day before means a lot. It makes it the best way that it could have happened for him.
We just loved being here as a family and being here together, but not having the stress of Harry's condition, because the staff had that stress. We could just be a very normal family here, and that I think for me was the best thing about coming to a children's hospice.
There is an estimated 20,000 life-limited children in the UK, and ACH's vision is that one day every one of them will have access to a children's hospice service. All their activities are shaped by a philosophy which keeps these children and their families at the heart of the work they do. Thank you.
If you'd like more information about ACH and Children's Hospice throughout the UK, or think you can help with fundraising or a donation, please contact us.